if I get too much time to look at the price on a date, bro, we gonna have some uncomfortable conversations right there. Hey, what you think about 50-50? Rowdy, how to recover after fumbling a baddie. Cause y'all know how I get. Y'all know how I get. Y'all know how I get. So today I'm gonna learn my lesson. Let's get into it.
We've all been there. You catch feelings, they like you back,
right,
and then it all goes wrong.
Right.
The first time I fumbled a girl, I was in 8th grade. I had a couple classes with this girl, and we talk a lot.
I am currently actively fumbling a girl right now. Like, I want you guys to know how intricately part of this is of my life. Right now, as we speak, where I'm standing, Lord, I am actively fumbling a woman right now. No, it's not E. No, it's not E.
Each other when we got home from school. It got to the point where her friends were teasing us and shipping us together, but I was 14, and like most 14-year-olds, I had no clue what I was doing. You see, we both came from immigrant families where dating at that age was frowned upon, and it's not like we could drive either, so we couldn't even meet in public. I know a lot of you guys can relate to this struggle. The best we could do out of school was hang out at volunteer events for NHS, and that's kind of what that year was for me, just kind of having a flirty talking stage with no real progress happening. And then the summer after 8th,
I'm not gonna lie though, that's one of my favorite places to be. I love the flirting talking stages, you know, where everything's just kind of bubbly and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? But goddamn, other things are cool too though, you know what I'm saying? Like the actual relationship and stuff like that.
Grade, I went to India to visit my grandparents, and they didn't have Wi-Fi at their house. So for that entire summer, I couldn't communicate with anyone back home, especially not the girl. So any chance of advancing the relationship over break was completely gone. As a side note, it was really weird not having Wi-Fi every time I visited India as a kid, because I would miss out on the songs and memes that came out over.
Boy, I remember one time, bro, I went on a cruise. It was around the same time where Drake dropped Jumpin', them boys out there something. One dance and goddamn hips on your ways, front ways, back way. You know that I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never run away, even when I'm away. OT, OT, it's never much love when we go OT. I pray to make it back in one piece. I pray. That's why I need a oneness. Glass of Hennessy in my hand. One more time before I go. Higher powers taking a hold on me. And what's the other one with Rihanna? Bro, I came back and Pokemon Go existed. Like, I know that sounds like a joke. Bro, I came back and the world was just in this pandemic of Pokemon Go going absolutely insane. It was the craziest time of my life, bro.
Summer, and would have like a 2-week period after I got home where I had to educate myself. I specifically remember the year I missed out on the "what are those" meme, and when I got home in August, all my friends were roasting my shoes and I had no clue what they were talking about. Anyways, not being able to communicate with the girl over summer break cost me everything, because when I returned, I found out that she had started dating someone else over.
She couldn't wait? Okay. Wait in that casket.
This summer. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, at first it stung a little bit, but it didn't hurt too bad because we were going to different high schools, so I didn't have to see her next year and I could start afresh. But 9th grade wasn't exactly a walk in the park, because that's when the double fumble happened. An incident so influential on my life that I still think about it on probably a weekly basis. One day I was sitting with my friends at lunch when 2 girls, Tiana and Amy, approached us. Tiana took violin classes from one of my friend's dads, so they already knew each other, and I brought up how I played violin as well. Later that evening, I got texts from both Tiana and Amy because they both asked for my number from my friend. Now, Tiana and Amy were—
Dang, Rowdy, you was having motion. Dang, Rowdy, you was having motion. Okay.
We're best friends. Like every time I'd see them at school, they were together. So in hindsight, it was kind of weird that they both wanted my number, but ignoring red flags is just a part of being an adolescent, and I thought nothing of it. Over the next
I'm not gonna lie, bro. Whenever a situation occurs to where a girl wants my number, I'm immediately thinking like something's scheming, like something's happening. Like I just be skeptic, bro. Like if I hang out with somebody and just like a shorty follow me, bro, I'd be like, what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like something is at work, something is at play, and I need to know what's going on. Like the world's out of balance and fine shit just approaches me naturally. You get what I'm saying? The only time I'm ever supposed to have fun shit in my life is literally supposed to be like when I go outside and I sit down at a cafe and they approach me. If my friend, if my homie, if a shorty is putting me on, bro, something's wrong. Something's wrong. I just came to accept that's not the type of life that I live, bro. No cap. If a shorty is being put onto me, something happened, bro. I got to get out of here. No cap.
Couple weeks, they would show up to my lunch table every day, and after school, I'd hop on a group call with the two of them and talk. And then I started noticing something weird happening. They started calling me individually, and it was clear that they both liked me, but then on these one-on-one calls, they started trash talking the other one. And remember, these are supposed—
Ooh, what do you do in this situation? Ooh. I don't like to get messy. I don't like to put myself into certain situations. However, I just think you deserve honesty. That's what we gonna call it, chat. You deserve honesty. You know, y'all should be able to have a friendship with nothing hidden. That's what we're gonna call it. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's the best route right there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's the best route.
Supposedly best friends. Now, I was getting a little freaked out, but I did like Tiana back, and I was trying to find a way to get with her without hurting Amy's feelings, but obviously we were never gonna make that work, so we just kind of stuck with our current predicament, and I was getting more and more uncomfortable with each passing day. I was afraid I had dug myself into a hole I couldn't get out of, and I was genuinely in shock at how fake Tiana and Amy's friendship was. I mean,
I ain't gonna be capping, bro. You peel back some of these girl friendships, bro, it be the boy, these girl friendships be fake. Oh my God, these girl friendships be fake. Oh my God, they be lying, they be trying, they be denying. These girl friendships be cap as hell. Look, no. Look though, I'm not saying they don't have friends, but girls be some frauds to each other, bro. I'm telling you, bro, take it from somebody who really got girl homies. Like, y'all gotta understand, I talk about girl stories all the time, but I really have girl homies. It's a reason you date a girl, you talk to a girl, whatever, and she tell you like, yo, I got one girl best friend and she back home and you get what I'm saying? And even then, bro, the girl best friend is almost never in vicinity, gang, because if there was, they probably would have done some wrong shit already, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Bro, girl friendships, bro, them junks be dissipating you get what I'm saying? They be dissipating a little easy. Now, guys be having their own types of things too, though. But I'm saying, though, shorties they be beefing, gang. I ain't gonna lie. This is why I really don't have friends. See, example number one. You get what I'm saying? They'll tell you themselves like, yeah, girls be fake as hell. You get what I'm saying? That's not necessarily my territory expertise. I just know it'd be happening to my girl homies, so that's why I know about it.
I mean, seriously, how do you go to school for 8 hours and pretend to be someone's best friend only to immediately talk trash about them as soon as you get home?
Right.
I honestly had no clue what to do, but then in March 2020, I was saved. Now, I think we can all agree that that was an awful time, but since we were stuck inside, it completely bailed me out because I didn't have to see Tiana or Amy anymore. In fact, both of them moved away the year after, so I haven't seen them since. Okay, so I just checked their Instagrams, and apparently they both go to my college. So how about this? If this video gets 10,000 likes, I'll make a follow-up video confronting them about what happened in high school. Now let me
y'all Go do that.
Tell you about the ice cream fumble, aka my most recent fumble.
Okay.
It's not a fumble in the most traditional sense, but the story's still funny, so I figured I'd tell it to you. It happened about 2 months ago.
Okay.
I asked a girl out from my college on an ice cream date. You know, something chill, something cute, a nice way to spend the afternoon. I figured
I'm not gonna lie, I never go on ice cream dates. Should I start throwing that in my bag, bro? I just don't like ice cream like that.
do something nice for her, so I didn't take her to Cold Stone or Brahms or Baskin Robbins. I researched a nice ice cream spot near her apartment, and I figured it'd be worth spending a little extra for the experience. I pick her up and we head over, and the date starts out pretty great. On the drive over, we exchange stories about our backgrounds and start cracking jokes and opening up. Eventually we get to the shop and order a small cone each, and I didn't even look at the prices because I've never spent more than like $7 on ice cream in my life.
Dang, we don't look at the prices for two different reasons. He don't look at the prices because he's like, oh, the ice cream gonna be cheap. I don't look at the prices when I go on dates, not because I got it like that. It's because if I get too much time to talk about it, to think about it, we're gonna have very uncomfortable conversations. Hey, if I get too much time to look at the price on a date, bro, we gonna have some uncomfortable conversations right there. Hey, what you think about 50-50? Nah, I'm joking. I just be looking at it because I'm like, this joke gonna come out the account anyways, bro. This is all I can do, bro.
And then the server rings me up. Sir, your total will be $14. Excuse.
I'm not gonna lie, Rowdy. That's a light day. If you complaining about that, getting out. Not like you had, like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's a... You spend 14 dates on a great, bro. I'm gonna just say it. That's fantastic. I'm gonna just say it. You spend 14 dates on a date, bro. You're doing fantastic. You're having a great date. That's fantastic. You're overly lit. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Cause the average date, I don't know what city he located in. In Austin, bro, some food could run you up 60. An escape room could run you up 150, 175. You feel what I'm saying? The parking zone is always free, but you gotta stop somewhere. A food truck gonna cost you like a cool 35, 25 ball. You know what I'm saying? It get ran up pretty quick, gang. I ain't gonna lie. 14 is fantastic.
$14. Excuse, what? $14 for 2 small cones. On top of that, he turns around the...
Dang, man, mommy salmon, no. She says, seeing these dating options make me realize that none of these N-words have ever took me on a date. You gonna get there, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you never got taken on one of those dates. It's that they weren't the right person to take you to there so that the right person could take you there your first time. There we go. Kind of saved it.
iPad, and of course, there's a tipping option. I'm supposed to tip you for scooping ice cream into a cone. Every bone in my body wanted me to press no tip. Pause. But I was on a first date with a girl I had just met, and not tipping would probably be a bad look, so of course I pressed 20.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you're a shorty and you see me having a tip, I need you to step 15 feet back from me. No bad. If you are a shorty and we are on a date, I need you to step approximately 15.28 feet back from the kiosk machine immediately, okay? Go over there. I need to be able to press no tip without feeling shame. I need to be able to press the lowest tip option without feeling shame, bro. Go over there, go sit down, go to the car, go take some pictures, something. Let me not tip this individual or tip them the least amount that I could possibly tip. No. I be tipping. I'm not gonna lie, I be tipping. Respect, shout out all my workers. However, I do not be tipping for everything. I'm not gonna go to a gas station, go grab a Red Bull, you turn the kiosk around, I pay for the Red Bull, and then when I come back, it says, did you want to leave $2? No, I did not. You get what I'm saying? I need you to step all the way over there so I could press no on that immediately. No cap, bro. It's a gas station, not Benny Hondas. I'm not leaving that shit, bro.
20% as my conscience suffered. Now you're probably wondering, how was the ice cream? It was okay, but definitely not worth $17. So I was in a bit of a bad mood after overpaying for mediocre ice cream, but I figured it wasn't worth ruining the rest of the date, so we sat outside and resumed our conversation. She actually was telling me a really interesting story about how her roommate was legitimately crazy, but it was hard to focus because 5 minutes in, the ice cream in my cone started melting.
Nah, Rowdy, you're new to this, bro. You're not true to this. I'm not gonna lie. I don't go on ice cream dates, though. You know, whenever you go on an ice cream date with a girl, what you really want to do is get the bowl, the cup, because, and you could just get waffle cone inside of the cup, right? And what that allows you to do is to focus on the conversation and not eat, but you can also eat the ice cream cone. And that way it doesn't spill everywhere. Nobody's hands are sticky. If your hands are gonna be sticky, you want it to be for a different reason, not for this reason. You get what I'm saying? So, Roddy, go ahead and next time you go on a date, bro, just go ahead, ask for the little bowl, ask for the little cup, you know what I'm saying? And ask for waffle cone inside of the cup, man, no bad.
And dripping down my hand. And of course, I forgot to get napkins. So now I'm trying to focus on her story while my hand is turning into a sticky, chocolatey mess. I was trying to find a moment to excuse myself to wash my hands, but her story was so crazy and had no breaks in it. So I was in an awkward situation.
Yeah, not my
Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. So I cut her off mid-sentence and said, I need to wash my hands. And after that, the vibe.
L her for not realizing that I got ice cream dripping down my hand, though. What are we doing? She not paying attention to me, bro. Nah, bro, you need to go to them. Mexican ice cream, they be doing you right, though. Mexican ice cream. Mexican vanilla is so fire. Mexican vanilla and Mexican ice cream in general is so fire.
Was off. I think she took my distraction for the melted ice cream as disinterest in her story, so she was less enthusiastic when I got back from cleaning off the ice cream. I think we both understood the situation, so eventually I just dropped her back at her apartment. The funniest thing is, I think she might watch my videos, so if you're out—
Dang, shorty got jaded because I had to wash my hands? Nah, I'm not gonna lie. If a shorty cut you off for washing your hands, gang, she ain't never like you. There's no way I go to wash my hands and the shorty dubbed me for that. There's no way that's what I get dubbed for. There's no way.
Out there, I'm down to run it back, but let's try Dairy Queen this time. Listen, in the wise words of Mahatma Gandhi, it is better to have fumbled a baddie than to have never tried at all. Yes, fumbling hurts, but I've never regretted fumbling a girl. It's inevitable. If you play a game long enough, you're gonna lose. I never stay up at night thinking about the girls that I fumbled, but I do stay up at night thinking about the girls that I never even asked in the first place.
I don't be staying up at night for neither. I'm not gonna be lying, because it's about 40 girls that I seen yesterday that I ain't say nothing to, so no bad.
As humans, we're hardwired to hate the unknown. It's why we hate cliffhangers at the end of stories. And there's no bigger cliffhanger than not asking out that one person when you know you should. I still think about that girl at Walmart that I didn't ask out when I was 16 because my brother was with me and I was afraid he was gonna roast me if I got rejected. To me, that is way worse than having $17 sticky ice cream on your hands. This may seem like a reoccurring theme on my channel, but I think it's important for me to reiterate. Take the shot, because the pain of rejection weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. And if we're thinking in football terms, I think fumbling the ball is better than kneeling it out every play, because at least when you fumble, you have a chance to pick it back up and score a touchdown. And also follow me on Instagram. I'm posting—
Follow my boy Roddy, bro. He's been going crazy, bro. I appreciate the videos. I hope you tuned in, bro. Roddy cool ass dude, bro. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Goodbye.